Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we discussed about version control softwares. What is version control software? Why we need them in our project? So when we go for the real-time project development in the company, multiple developers will be working in the development, and all the developers will be working from different locations. Okay. So when the people are working from different locations, two problems we are going to face. First problem, how to integrate all the developers code at one place. How to integrate all the developers code at one place. And the second problem, how to monitor or track the code changes. So multiple people are working from different locations, how to integrate the code at one place, and how we will track the code changes, who is making what changes in the project, how can we track them. So those things we can solve by using version control softwares. To resolve these two problems, we are going to use version control softwares in the real time. There are several version control softwares available in the market like SVN, GitHub, Bitbucket, ClearCase, etc. But SVN got outdated. People are going with GitHub and Bitbucket. This GitHub is a cloud platform. Using this GitHub, we can maintain source code repositories for the project. Source code repositories are used to store project to source code at one place. Okay. For every project, one GitHub repository will be created, and that GitHub repository will provide monitored access for our application. It is going to track the code changes. The next one, environment setup. We created account in the GitHub repository. GitHub, we created account, free account only we created. Then we installed Git client software in our machine. When you install Git client software in our machine, Git bash and Git GUI will be installed. Command line interface will be available, and graphical user interface also available to perform the Git operations. Once it is completed, we configured our name and email in the Git bash by using git config command. Then after we discussed about Git architecture. So when you see the Git architecture, first we are going to create a central repository. We are going to create one repository in the GitHub. The repository we create in the GitHub is called as central repository. Then in our laptop, we installed Git client software. So in our system, working tree will be available, staging area will be available, local repository will be available. Working tree is nothing but the folder where you are creating the files, where you are modifying the files. Basically, your project folder is called as working tree. So to represent one folder as a working tree, we will use a command called git init command. That means initialization. We are initializing one folder as a git working tree by using init command. Then to check the status of the working tree, we will use git status command. Git status command will tell you which files are modified, which files are newly created. Okay. Then if you want to commit any files, directly you cannot commit the files here. First you need to add the files to staging area. So staging area is used to represent which files we are going to commit. In the working tree, all the files will be available. Modified files, not modified files, newly created files will be available. So which files you want? Suppose you have modified 10 files, but you don't want to commit all the 10 files. You want to commit only 5 files. Out of 10, you want to commit only 5. Then add those 5 files to staging area. To add the files to staging area, we will use git add command. Okay. Then next one, once the files are added to staging area, then you can do the commit. So to do the commit, we will use git commit command. When we do the git commit, the files will be sent from staging area to local repository. Files will be committed from staging area to local repository. So to check the commit history, we will use a command called git log command. We will use one command called git log command to do that. Then from that, we want to send the changes to central repository. For that, we will use a command called git push command. We will use a command called git push. Git push command is used to send the changes from our local repository to central repository. To send the changes from local repository to central repository, we will use git push command. When we use git push for the first time, it will ask you to log in into your GitHub account, then your push will be completed. It will ask for the credentials only for the first time, then it will store your credentials into Windows Credential Manager. So you can go to your system and you can check for manage Windows credentials. So here you can see the GitHub credentials will be available. I have deleted my GitHub credentials from the Windows Credential Manager. So when I do the push, it will ask me to enter the credentials for the first time. You can use credentials or you can use a token also. You can create a token and you can use the token also instead of the password. So this is our Git architecture. And yesterday we have done some practicals also. We created one Git repository. Whenever you create a new repository, that can be a public or private. Public means anybody can see and anybody can access. Okay. Private means we need to decide the permissions who should access our repository. Then we have practiced some commands also. Init command, status command, add command, commit command, log command, push command. Init command, which is used to initialize our working tree. Status command to check the staging area status. Add command to add the files to the staging area. Commit command to send the files from staging area to local repository. Log command to check the commit history. Push command to send the files from local repository to central repository. Now, let me do the practice today again with the Git repository. So go to the repository section. So this repository I'm deleting here, guys. Whatever we created yesterday. Go to the settings folder. Here there is an option called delete this repository. I want to delete it. Yes, it is asking to enter the name of the repository. Let me give that name. Delete it. It is asking for my password. Yes, confirm. Now, okay, signed in, switch to another user account. Okay. This repository it is saying not available. Yeah, that repository got deleted, guys. Now, let me create one new repository and let me do the operations from the starting. And we are going to learn some new Git commands today. Right, Git practice. I'm going to delete everything which is available in the Git practice. Right. So Git practice folder is available in the 27 JRTP Git practice available. In the Git practice, we don't have anything. In the Git practice, we don't have anything. Okay. Then let me go and create one new repository. Click on new. Okay. Repository name. We are going to specify JRTP 27 app. Description we are going to give, then click on public or private, click on create repository. So with this my public repository got created. Let me copy this script. Here echo command, this data we are adding to this file, readme file, init command, add command, commit command, things are there. Let me copy this one, go here. Currently my folder is empty, so let me add this. Open git bash here. Open git bash here. Yeah. So let me paste the script and enter. So it is going to add the files, commit the files, and push the files. When we do the push first time, right, it is going to ask for the credentials. So right, it is asking for the credentials. It is asking sign in with your browser or you can enter a token. Currently we don't have a token, we can take the token. So sign in with your browser. I'm trying to sign in into my Git account. Okay, yes, my sign in process is completed successfully, so I'm able to push the changes to the Git central repository. Now refresh. Just one file is added which is called readme.md. Then once we have done this push, let me create some new files here, new text document. So I'm taking one file with a name called demo.java. Okay, and I'm taking one more file with a name called demo test.java. Like this, two files I'm taking. Sorry, this is not a folder. I need to take it as a file. Test.java, new text document. So I'm going with test.java, and there is a one more file is available, new text document, which is user.java. So total three new files I have created. Total three new files I have created in this folder. Now go to git bash and execute a command called git status command. So if you see the git status command, there are three files available. All the three files are in the red color. Red color means untracked. That means you have newly created these files. Newly created these files. Now I want to add these files to staging area. You can add the file one by one, or you can add all the files at a time. You see here, they are telling that your branch is up to date with the main branch boss. You have some untracked files in your working tree. Untracked files nothing but newly created files. So you need to add the files to include in what will be committed. So which files you want to commit, those files you need to add to the staging area. So for that we can use git add demo.java. So with this, I have added only one file to the staging area. Let us check here, git status. Now, one file is added to staging area, two files are not added to staging area. Now here, by mistake, I have added the file to the staging area, but actually, I don't want to commit this file. By mistake, I have added the file. Then there is an option called git to restore -- staged file name to unstage the file. We are using add command to add the file to the staging area. If you want to remove the files from the staging area, then there is a command git to restore -- staged file name to unstage the files. That means, so here we are using git add command to add the file to the staging area. We are using git add command to add the file to the staging area. Suppose I want to remove the file from the staging area. To remove the file from the staging area, there is a command called git to restore command is available. We can add the file to the staging area. By mistake, if you add it, then you can remove that also by using a command called git to restore command. Are you guys able to understand what is the purpose of add command and restore command? You just read it. If you read, whenever you execute git status command, git will tell you what commands that we need to execute. So git restore command to unstage the file, git add command to add the file to the staging area. To stage the file, add command. To unstage the file, restore command. Now can you see here? Currently, one file is already added to staging area. Two files are not added to staging area. Let me do this now. Git restore -- stage which file, which is demo.java. You don't need to by heart. The syntax is already given by the git bash only. If you just execute git status command, they're giving the syntax, what command that we need to execute and what is the syntax of that command. So git restore -- stage demo.java, then enter. The most similar command is restore, sorry, spelling mistake. Git restore. Now that file is removed from the staging area. Let us check git status. Now all the three files are in the untracked status, nothing but they are not eligible for commit. So if you want to add them to the commit, if you want to make them eligible for the commit, then we need to add them to the staging area. To add them to the staging area, git add dot. You can use git add dot. When you use git add dot, all the files which are newly created, which are modified, will be added to staging area. Instead of adding the files one by one, you can add all the files at a time. Instead of adding the file one by one, you can add all the files at a time by using git add dot. Okay, that's fine. Dot means current working directory. So in this Git practice folder, dot represents present directory. When you use dot in this folder, what files are modified, what files are newly created, all those files will be added to staging area. Then let me go for Git status. Now you can check all the 3 files are added to staging area. Now, can I unstage all the files? Yes, by using git to restore -staged dot. So dot means present working directory. What all the files are added to staging area, we can unstage all of them by using git status command. So are you able to understand? Are you able to understand what is the difference between add command and restore command? Add command is used to add the files to staging area. Restore command is used to unstage the files from the staging area. Staging area will represent which files that we are going to commit. Which files are eligible for commit, those files will be added to staging area. Clear this. Okay. Next, let me check the status of the working tree. Git status. 3 files available. Let me commit only 2 files now. Git add demo.java. Git add demo.java. Okay. Now the file is added to staging area. One file is in the green color, added to staging area. Then let us do the commit. Git commit -m. So you can specify commit message. Git commit -m, commit message, first commit. Commit is completed. When the commit is completed, you can check the status. Yes, okay. Here, your branch is ahead of main by 1 commit. Boss, you have a local commit. That means you have done 1 commit to the local repository. You need to push to central repository. So if you read the log messages giving by the git bash, you can understand what you can do, what you have to do. So I have done git commit, my first commit. Commit ID got generated. Now I'm going for git status. So when I use git status, it is saying that your branch is ahead of main by 1 commit. So git push to publish your local commits. You have done 1 local commit. You need to send that local commit to the central repository by using git push. So as of now, in my central repository, only 1 file is available, which is called readme.md. Demo.java is not available. Now let me execute push. So I'm doing the push a second time. So it will not ask me credentials, because already I have done the push with the credentials. So it is going to store those credentials. Then go for git push here. Then my local commits will go to central repository. So my git push operation got successful. My local commits are sent to central repository. Only demo.java file is added. Are you guys able to understand with the commands that we have seen now? Init command, which is used to initialize working tree. Status command to check the staging area status, to check working tree status, to check working tree status. So staging, unstaged files, staged files will be displayed. Staged plus unstaged files will be displayed in the working area. Staged and unstaged files will be displayed. Add command, add the files to staging area. Okay. So when you are going for add, you can do like this. Git add, you can give particular file name. If you want to add all the files, then git add dot also. If you want to add particular file, add space file name. If you want to add all the files, git add space dot. Then we will go for git commit to send the files from staging area to local repository. So when you are going for commit, you need to use syntax like this. Git commit -m message. -m is used to specify that we are giving a message. Commit message. Why are you committing? What is the reason for commit? You need to give that commit message. Here, -m is a option to represent what message we are sending. Git log command to check the commit history. Commits will be checking by using log command. Push command to send the files from local repository to central repository. Then next one, here we have git restore command also. We have git restore command. What is the purpose of restore command? To unstage the files. To unstage the files. What is the syntax? Git restore double staged, then file name. Which file you want to unstage? So that means you added to the staging area. Now you want to unstage the file. Then you can go for git restore staged file name. Git restore staged file name. Okay, I hope you are clear with these commands. Now let me go and make some changes to the demo.java file, guys. I will write some code in the demo.java. I want to make the changes to the demo.java. So this is my class demo. That's it. Just I'm creating one class in the demo.java. All right. Now remove this. Demo.java file is available. Refresh. Now let's go here and do the status check. GitHub status. Now this file is modified and these files are untracked. Untracked means they are not added to staging area for commit. These are untracked files, means newly created files. Demo.java, already it is available in the central repository and we made some changes to that file. So changes not staged for commit. Can you see? When you modify the existing file, there are two options available. Can you see the two options now? Again, restore command. Earlier we used restore to unstage the file. Now again restore command is available. File is not added to the staging area as of now, but we can use the restore command. Can you check it? What git bash is telling? There are total 3 files available. One file is modified. That means already that file committed to the central repository. Now in the local we have modified that file. And test.java, user.java, these are untracked files. Untracked files means newly created files. They have not committed first time also. Demo.java file is modified. Test.java, user.java files are untracked files. Modified file means already we committed once. It is there in the central. In the local, we have done some changes. Okay. Now, let me add this file also to the staging area. Okay. Git add demo.java. That file is added to staging area. Now, let me check the git status. File is modified and it is added to the staging. If you want to unstage the file, git restore --staged option will be available to restore. Now let me commit. Git commit -m class added message. Okay. Once the commit is completed, then go for git push. Then your local commits will go to central repository when you do the git push operation. Now go and check in the central repository demo.java file having the class or not. Go to demo.java. So yes, the class is added. The class is added. So what all the commits you have done, you can check in the git bash by using a command called git log command. Okay, total 3 commits I have done. So first time I have committed the readme file, then I committed a demo java file, then I have added the class and I committed. When committed, why committed, who committed, everything we can check in the log history. What committed, what changes I have committed. If you go to the Git repository, central repository, here number of commits are displaying. 3 commits available. So what we have done in the each commit, if you see this file, this commit ID, it will show you what you have committed. So in the green color one, that means in this file, I have added this code. So if you click on the commit ID, then it will show you what changes you have committed in that commit ID. Okay, so total 3 commits available, and this is the recent commit that we have done. Now again, let me go and change that data in the file. Demo.java, my class is available. My class is available. Inside this class, let me add some variable. Integer A, integer B. Integer A is equal to 10, integer B is equal to 20. That's it. So class is already there. I have just added 2 variables. That means I am making some code changes in the file. I'm making some code changes in the file. Now let me go and check this GitHub status. Okay, now can you see the status of the working tree? One file is in the modified state, two files are added to the staging area. One file is in the modified state, two files are added to the staging area. Now, whatever the file that you have modified, you can add that file to the staging area by using add command, or as you made some code changes, if you don't want those changes, you can discard the changes from the file. That means you can use git restore file name. When you use git restore file name, whatever the changes you have done to the file, those changes will be removed. So restore is a polymorphic command. When the file is not in the staging area, my file is not in the staging area. If I use git restore command, it is going to discard the changes in the file. Whatever the latest changes available in the file, those changes we can discard by using this restore command. If you add the file to the staging area, restore command is going to unstage the file. That means git restore command is used to unstage the files as well as to discard file changes. Okay, so this command is used to unstage the file. Okay, unstage the file when it is in staging area, when it is added to staging. And another one is available, discard file changes. That means whatever the code changes I have done, now I don't want those changes from the file. I want to remove the latest code changes I made to that file. Discard file changes. Okay, when it is in unstaged area, when it is in unstaged area. Okay, what is the command? Git restore file name. That's it. Git restore file name. So git restore command we can use for two requirements. When your file is unstaged, if you use restore command, it will remove the changes available in the file. Whatever the latest changes you have done to the file, those changes will be removed when you go for git restore command. If your file is already added to staging area, then git restore command is used to unstage the file. Guys, are you able to understand the two purposes of this restore command? The behavior of restore command, it can use in two scenarios. It is used to unstage the file and it is also used to discard the file changes. Git restore to unstage the files plus to discard the file changes. So if your file is already added to staging, by using this command, you can unstage that file. If your file is not added to staging, if you use restore command, whatever the changes you have done, those changes we are going to remove. All right. So recent changes I have done in the file, I have added two variables, guys. Earlier my class is available. Now I have added two variables. Now I don't want those variables. Whatever the changes I have done, I don't want. I want to remove them. So going to the class and checking what all the changes we have done and remove them, very difficult, because today just 3 lines is available in the class, but tomorrow in the real time hundreds of lines of code will be available. When we have 500 lines of code in the class, it is very difficult to identify what are the latest changes we have done. So in that scenario, simply you can go for git restore file name. It is used to discard the changes available in the working tree. Okay, so let me go here. Git status, file is in the unstaged area. Git restore file name, which is demo.java. I have done the git restore. When I done the git restore, reload, now see my variables are removed from the class. So newly I have added variables. Those are the latest code changes. So to discard the latest code changes from your working tree file, then you can use git restore command. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you clear with my point? What the restore command is doing here? Once we have done the git restore, then let us go for git status. Once we have done the git restore, then we can go for git status command. So in the git status, when I see demo.java not coming because no changes available in the demo.java. Test.java, user.java files are available. They are untracked. Untracked files, nothing but newly created files. Now we need to stage them and we need to commit them. Yes, good. So I hope you got the clarity on the commands that we have used as of now. So the first one is git init command, which is used to initialize our working tree. Git status command to check the working tree status. Git add command to add the files to the staging area. Here you can use this command to add the one file to the staging area at a time. If you want to add all the files at a time, git add a dot we can use. Git restore command to unstage the files plus to discard the file changes, we can go for git restore. If the file is added to the staging area, this command is used to unstage the file. If the file is in the unstaged area, this command is used to discard the file changes. Git commit command, it is used to send the files from staging area to local repository. Commit -m, commit message. Git log command, which is used to check the commit history. Git push command to send the files from the local repository to central repository. Are you guys able to follow me? Are you guys able to follow me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Next one. So guys, here in my GitHub account, there are already several repositories available. Okay. So our project is already started. There are several repositories already available in the GitHub. Your project started 1 year back. You newly joined in your project. How to take the code from the GitHub repository? So this GitHub repository is already available. Spring Boot Docker application. Spring Boot Docker application is already available. This code I want to take. So to take the repository from the central to the local, I want to download this central repository to my local. So to download the repository from the central to local, then we will use git to clone command. Okay, when you want to download the central repository to your local system first time, I joined in the project, I want to download the project GitHub repository. For that, we are going to use a command called git clone command. Git clone command means we are downloading the project from central repository to local repository. How many times we will do the git cloning, guys? Only once. So only first time we are going to download the project from central repository to our local by using git clone command. So here in my GitHub account, there is one file available which is called Spring Boot Docker application. Okay, let me go to this repository. Now I want this repository into my local. So in my local, whatever is available, let me delete it. Git practice, I'm deleting this one now. Yes, I have deleted everything. My Git practice folder is empty. Now I want to download the project from the GitHub repository to my local. So once you go to the repository, if you click on the code option, you can see the URL. Clone using the web URL. Okay, so go to any repository that you want. You click on that repository, then you go to the code option. They will give the URL for you. Copy this URL. Where you want to clone that project, just go to git bash and use a command called git clone command. Use a command called git clone command. What is the purpose of git clone command? Git clone command is used to download the repository from central to local. And this we are going to do for the first time. When we want to download the project repository from the central to local for first time, then we are going to use a command called git clone command. Git clone repository URL. So currently in my working tree, nothing is available. Now git clone URL. Cloning into Docker, Spring Boot Docker application. This project is cloned into my local repository, in my working tree. So this is the project directory. Go inside the project directory. I got the files. Okay, I got the project. Once you cloned that project, to perform the operations in the project, we need to go inside the project. Okay, currently I'm in the Git practice folder. Now I want to go inside the project to perform the operations, because wherever .git folder is available, that is called our working tree. So I cloned the project by using git clone command. Then inside the project .git is available. So this is called as our working tree now. So in which folder the .git will be available? In which folder our .git folder will be available? That is called our working tree. Now go inside this, check the git status. Check the git status. Okay, it is not a git repository because I am outside of the project directory. Currently I am pointing to git practice. So I need to, in the git practice, my project directory is available. cd space spring boot docker app. I'm going inside the project directory. So once I go inside the project directory, when I execute git status, nothing is there, nothing to commit. Working tree clean. That means no files are newly created, no files are modified. Nothing need to commit. Working tree is clean. Git status. Now here in this repository, there are some files available: index.html, login.html. Okay, and these two files are there basically: index.html, login.html. I want to delete these files. Here. So to delete a file, what is the command? To delete the file, the command is rm command. Git rm index.html. That means I want to remove this file from the project. Index.html file is available in the project directory, that is not required. I want to delete this file. So to delete a file from the repository, we will use a command called rm command. Git rm. That file is deleted. So once we delete the file, you check the status. Yes, the file is in the deleted state and it is added to the staging. And remember, whenever you execute git rm, the file is deleted, added to the staging. Only in the only in the working tree the file is deleted. But in the central repository, still that file is available. The file is deleted only in our working tree. Still the file is available in the central repository. Once we do the delete by using git rm command, then you check the status. Your file is added to staging. Then you do the commit. Git commit -m index file removed. Commit completed. Then go for git push. So with this, whatever the file I deleted, I am pushing so that the file will be deleted from central repository also. In the central repository, the file is available. Now I have deleted and I pushed it. Now you see index.html deleted, only login.html is available. Now I want to delete this login.html also. I cloned my repository, right? Now I want to delete the login.html. So if you see here, the file is available, login.html. I want to delete it. Git rm login.html. Git rm login.html. So file is deleted. Where the file is deleted? The file is deleted only from our working tree. The file is deleted only from the working tree. Then how to check the status of the working tree? Git status. One file is deleted login.html. But currently the file is not committed. It is in the staging area. When you use rm, it will delete plus it will add to the staging area. Then you commit. Git commit -m message login page deleted. Login page deleted. Commit -m login page deleted. Then let us do git push. So once you do the remove, then you commit and push that file so that the file will be deleted from central repository also. Now you see the unwanted files are deleted from the project directory. So index.html, login.html files available in the project directory, I have deleted them. So what is the command I have used to delete the files? First I have used a command called git clone command. Then I used a command called git rm command. What is the purpose of clone? to download central repository to local. To download central repo to local working tree. So when you newly joined in the project is already started, people are already working. So from today, you need to start working on the project. So you need to take the existing code, complete project you need to download from central to local. Then you are going to use a command called git-clone command, which is used to download central repository to working tree. To download the central repository to working tree. So what is the syntax we are going to follow? Git-clone repo URL. So which repository you want to clone, that repository URL you need to specify. Then git rm command to remove the files. To remove the files. When we syntax git rm file name. Okay, the syntax is git rm file name. Whenever you execute rm, file will be deleted only from the working tree. Then you need to add the file to the, you need to commit that file. After removing that, you need to commit the file and you need to push the file changes. Then only it will be removed from the central repository. Okay, so when we execute rm command, file will be deleted only from our working tree. When we use git rm, when we use git rm command, file will be deleted only in working tree. That means in our local. File will be deleted only in working tree. To remove the file from, to remove that file from central repository, then we have to commit and push. Then file will be deleted from the central repository. Are you guys able to understand what is the purpose of clone command and rm command?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand what is the purpose of clone command and rm command? So when we use rm command, file will be deleted only in the working tree. To remove that file from the central repository, then we have to commit and push by using git commit and git push. Okay, and the next one, there is a command called git pull command is available. Git pull to take latest code changes, from central repo to our working tree. So other developers, I have cloned my project. Cloning we will do only one time. Cloning we are going to do only one time. Now see here, pom.xml file is available. Let me make some changes to the pom.xml. Okay, so for example, project version is available. Edit that. Project version currently snapshot is available now. Let me change the version to release. Okay, 1.0 release. I'm making some changes to the pom.xml in the central repository. Commit it. Assume that somebody has done this commit. In the project, multiple people will be available. Parallelly, we are going to work from different locations. Okay. Now, one person has done the commit to the central repository. So when you go to the local, so this is my local. In my working tree, if we see the pom.xml, currently the version is available as a snapshot. But in the central repository, they updated the version to release. Now, do I need to download entire project into my local, or I need to take only latest code changes, guys? Every day when I am going to start my work in the morning, every day do I need to clone the repository, or I need to take only latest changes?
Latest changes.
Already I have cloned. My project is available. Okay. So yesterday I have cloned my repository. Today I am starting my work. Yesterday morning I have cloned my repository. Today morning I am starting my work. Yesterday I have done the workspace setup. And yesterday evening, other developers has committed the changes to the central repository. Whatever the changes they have committed to the central repository, those changes are not available in my local. Whatever the changes they have committed, those changes are not available in my local. Okay, so how to get the changes from central repository to local? First you check git status. Currently, what is the status of my working tree?
Up to date. Everything is
Yes,
free.
nothing to commit. Everything is up to date. That means I don't have any changes in my local. I don't
Yeah.
have any changes in my local. I don't have any new files also. Just remember, before you are going to start the work, just take a pull. That means, so whatever the latest commits happen to the remote repository, I want to download those commit changes to my local. So other developers are integrating their code, right? So yesterday, so many people committed their changes to the central repository. Now I want to take those code changes to my local. Then we will go for git pull command. So when I go for git pull command, I got the latest code changes. pom.xml file is modified in the central repository. Now see, whatever the change they have made to the pom.xml, I'm able to get into my local by using git pull command. Now can you tell me, what is the difference between clone command and pull command? Come on guys.
Clone
What is the
command
difference
will
between
be
clone command and pull command?
Clone command is used to download the entire application or
Yeah,
entire
clone command is used
uh,
to download the entire
entire source code.
application. Pull
and
command is used to take only
latest.
latest code
Changes
changes from the central repository to our working tree.
local.
Are you guys clear with my point?
Yeah, sure. I have one clarification here.
Yeah.
So yesterday, yeah, nothing. For example, yesterday we are cloning in the repo and working on the code. Okay. So we will add our changes in the code, right? So next day, if you put git pull, it will not impact our code, right? It
Yes,
will.
sir. Challenges will be there. Currently, we are going with the straightforward scenario. We are going to face a lot of problems when we are doing the code changes. When we are integrating the code, a lot of conflicts will occur. I will show you when the conflict will occur, how to resolve the conflicts also.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
First, we are understanding the commands. Then we will
Yeah.
see the real-time challenges.
Yeah. Okay.
Because multiple people will work at a time. If two people are working on the same file on the same day, then conflicts problems will be there. How to resolve them, that we are going to discuss.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Ashok sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, if uh, if after adding the file, we can restore the file, but after commit, we cannot
Do that,
restore
sir.
the.
We can do that also. So we can revert our commits also.
Okay.
Whatever the commit we have done, we can delete that. I mean, we can revert the commit basically. How to do the revert, I will explain. Git revert command will be available.
Okay.
That means I have done some commit to the central repository. I have pushed it. After pushing my changes to the central repository, manager told that your changes are not required. Please remove them. Then we will go and revert. Revert means whatever the recent commit we have done, we have to remove those changes from the central repository. That is called git revert operation.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashok, one question.
Yes.
So what if a file has been removed from central repository and I try to pull? Will it
Sorry,
be deleted?
sir. Can you come again?
So for example, let's put me in this way. So somebody deleted a file in central repository and they committed the changes,
Okay.
push the changes to central repo. So now I'm trying to
You
pull
are
the
no
change.
problem, sir. Whatever the file that they have deleted in the central repository, still in the previous commit, that file will be available. Now, I have deleted the login.html file. You go to commits. When you go to the commit, login page is deleted here. So if you click on this commit ID, so whatever the login page that I have deleted right here, when you go back to the previous commit, that file will be available. Okay. The restore backup will be available here.
No. My question here is, so when I try to pull the changes, so will it be deleted from my local system?
Yes, sir. Whatever the file they deleted in the central repository, if you do the pull, the file, whatever they deleted will be deleted in your system also.
Okay, got it.
All good.
Yeah.
So with this, we understood some commands related to our Git bash. And guys, every day when we are working in the project, multiple Java classes we are going to modify, multiple files we are going to modify. Okay. So when you are going to do the Git commits now, checking with each and every file and adding them to the staging area is very difficult. So that's why. So sometimes what we can do, we can use a Git GUI also in order to perform our commits. Now let me go to this one, src main java some Java files are there. Let me modify those Java files. REST application that Java file is available. So here, this is my Spring Boot class. Okay. So let me store this. Let me take some simple dummy code changes I'm doing here. Integer I is equal to 10 and integer j is equal to 20. So I modified one Java file, and here there is a REST controller is available. Welcome to REST controller.java. So in this REST controller logger, welcome to REST controller constructor. Ashok IT Software Training Institute Hyderabad, execution completed. This is my Java class. Here also you can make some code changes. Here also you can make some code changes. So here get mapping, welcome message is available. I will write one more thing, get mapping. Okay, greet message, something like this. Welcome message is available and greet message is available. Greet message execution started, greet message execution completed. Welcome to Ashok IT. Okay, good morning, welcome to Ashok IT, something like this. Yeah, I made some changes to the file. So two Java classes I have modified, and let me go to my project directory. Let me go and edit some Docker file also. Export, expose maintainer Ashok, something like this. I'm making the code. I'm making the changes to the several files here, and Kubernetes manifest YML is available. So instances, applications, Spring Boot, REST API, Discota, SB REST API, CF apps, route, stack, Linux, SF3. Okay, so manifest file is available. Instead of 1 GB, I will make it as 2 GB, right? So path, target folder, I'm giving this app.jar, something like this, right? So I modified that file and go to my pom.xml file. In the pom.xml release from 1.0, I will make it as 2.0. So this just, I want to replicate the scenario that we are making the changes to multiple files here. We are making the changes to multiple files in the project. When you are working in the task, 8 hours you are going to work, right? So many code changes you will do to the project. So many code changes you will do in the project now. When your day is completed in the office, you need to push your changes to the repository. Now go for Git status. Now you see multiple files I have modified. I have modified one Docker file. I have modified one manifest file. I have modified pom.xml. I modified two Java classes. Now I want to see, before adding them to the staging area, I want to review what all the changes I have done. If you go for git add command, directly you can add all the files to the staging area. But before adding to the staging area, I want to check what all the changes I have done. Then what you can do is simply you use a command called git-GUI. Here you use a command called git-GUI. When you use git-GUI, it will open the git-GUI for you. Yes, git-GUI will be opening for you. Here also you can do the commit and you can do the push. In this git-GUI, you can see, if you click on this file now, it will show you what is the change you have done. Red color line means you have deleted, green color line means you have added. So earlier the maintainer name is Ashok, now the maintainer name is Ashok Bullepalli. Manifest YML. Earlier memory is 1 GB, path is different. Those two lines I have modified. Red color means what I have deleted, green color means what I have added. Then pom.xml. Earlier version 1.0, now version 2.0. This is Java class. Two variables I have added. This is Java class. One method I have added. Okay, so these are the changes I have done here. So you can see, before you are going to add the files and commit the files, you can review the changes by using the git-GUI. Okay, I will close this GUI and I will show you once again how to access. I'm opening the git bash in the working tree. Then if I do the git status, I can see the files which I have modified. But I want to review the changes before adding them to the staging area. Before committing the files to the staging area, I want to review my changes. Then you can use git-GUI option. Now, when you go for git-GUI, it will show you what are the files you have modified. Currently, these files are unstaged changes. These all of the files are in the unstaged area. So you need to add the files to the staging area. If you want to commit the files, you need to add the files to the staging area. So in this, for this file, one file icon is available. Guys, can you click on, can you see one file icon? Before the file name, there is a file icon. If you click on the file icon, that file is added to staging area. Instead of executing the add command, so git bash is a CLI where you will do everything with the command. Git GUI is user interface. Now, when I click on this file icon, that file is added to staging area. pom.xml, click on the file icon, added to staging area. REST application.java, variables I added, not required. I don't need to commit this change, it's not required. REST controller, one method is added, I want to commit. Click on the file icon, added to staging area. So total, I have modified 5 files. Out of that file, one file I am leaving, remaining files I have added to staging area. So if you click on the file name, you can see the file changes what you made. Red color means you removed, green color means you added. If you want to unstage that file, you just unstage that file. Okay. So if you click on this symbol, the files are going to unstaged area. So if you click on the file icon, file is added to staging area. If you click on this tick mark icon, file is going to unstaged area. So instead of using git add command, restore command, you can use GUI also to perform the git operations. You can use git GUI or you can use git bash to perform the operations. Now, I want to stage this file. Click on this icon. I don't want to stage this start class of the Spring Boot. Only variables added, not required. Then REST controller, stage it. Yes, the files are added to staging. Now commit the message. Commit message. What is the commit message? Okay, bug fix 1 2 3 4. So this is the commit I am doing because of one bug fix I have done in the project. So why are you committing? You give that message. Then click on commit. So my code is committed. Once the code is committed, then click on push. Then code will be pushed. That's it. So you can perform git operations by using git bash CLI commands, or you can use git GUI also. Okay, now my push is successful. Now go to our central repository, refresh. Commit is completed just now. Bugfix 1 2 3 4 is the commit ID. Click on this commit ID. What all the changes I have committed? So Docker file I have modified, manifest file I have modified, pom.xml I modified, REST controller I modified. So when you click on that commit ID, what all the commits you have, what all the changes you have done in the files, you can review in the central repository. You can review in the central repository. Are you guys able to follow me?
Yes, sir. Can you show once how to push the code from GUI using GUI?
Yes, sir. Just button, commit button, push button. That is what I have explained now. Okay, now once again. So I have done the changes. Excuse me. Git status. One file is in the modified state, right? Now you can do the commit and push from CLI as well as from GUI also. So CLI already we understood. Git add command, git commit command, git push command. If I want to do it from the GUI, let's go for git to GUI. Type a command git GUI. Then it will open the GUI tool for you. In the GUI tool, unstaged files available, staged files. Currently my file is in the unstaged area. If you click on this file icon, that go to the staging area, then you write a message, commit message, test. Okay, here there is a commit button, push button. First you need to click on the commit. This is commit message. Once commit is completed, then you need to click on the push button. Click on commit. My commit is completed. Then click on push. Click on push. That's it. Now my file is pushed to repository. Push got success. Done. So you can do the operations using git bash or using git GUI also. Are you clear with my point? Okay, remember that. How to work with git GUI. How to work with Git GUI. Git GUI will provide graphical user interface to perform Git operations. Git GUI will provide graphical user interface to perform Git operations. To open Git GUI, we can execute below command in our working tree. Which is Git GUI option. That's it. Then GUI will open. In the GUI, you can add the files to staging area. You can unstage the files. You can commit the files and you can push the files. So whatever that we are doing through commands, same thing can be done by using Git GUI also. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? What is Git GUI and why we need to go for Git GUI? Yeah, good guys. So with this, I'm done for today. People are having some questions. So anybody having any question, they can
Quick
unmute
question, sir.
and they can ask.
Quick
Ashok sir.
question.
Hi, Ashok sir.
Oh, it's an attack.
Sir, could you explain some scenario with cherry pick and Git
Sure, sir.
replacement?
Sure. In the coming classes, we'll see. There is a lot of things that still we need to discuss.
Yeah.
What is conflict problem in the GitHub?
Yeah.
What is branches in the GitHub? What is pull request in the GitHub? What is branch strategy? What is Git merge? What is Git rebase? Okay. So what is Git ignore?
Alright,
What is Git stash? What is Git fetch? Git pull? Git fork? So there are so many things.
Sir, today you show Git pull, right?
Yes.
When you change from remote. Yeah, okay.
What is the difference
basically
between this
to take the other
GUI?
developer, when other developers are committing the code changes to the repository, if you want to take the latest code changes from the central to your local, then we will go for git pull command.
We will go for Git pull. Thank you.
Clone command
Quick
is
question,
basically to download the entire project.
Sir, can you show that one through ID also once, sir, if
Yeah,
it is
at
possible?
the end, once all these things are completed, at the last we can do this from IDE also. But
Why?
generally,
Because
instead of
every time we are facing some issues, sir, while committing that code only.
yeah,
So only I'm
my
requesting.
preference, instead of doing the commits from the IDE, it's better to do that from the Git GUI.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it would be easy.
It avoid confusions also.
Yeah, to avoid confusion, it's better to use Git GUI. And in the
Okay.
So what is the
intermediate
difference?
Git bash commands only.
Okay, sir. Then this document will follow means it will be clear, no, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Suman.
Next question, guys.
Yes, sir. So I was asking the same questions. What is the difference between GUI commit and then
No
the
difference, sir.
IDE commit, sir?
No difference. No difference. It depends on the user comfort level. Some people are comfort with the commands. Some people are comfort with the user interface. And I will tell you, if anybody who is having some knowledge on the Linux operating system, they would like to use commands to perform the operations. Linux lovers will go with the git bash command. Windows lovers will go with the GUI.
So with the GUI, we can do more than commit and push, right?
Yeah, we can review the changes what we have done. It will give
I mean,
you
like
a
we
clear
can do a
picture
stats
what
as
you
well,
are going
sir.
to commit. Correct.
Stashing this, that we can do all the operations from GUI too.
No. Stashing we can do from the CLI also. I will explain the commands. So git stash command I have not discussed as of now. Whatever you can do from the CLI, same thing you can do in the GUI. But difference is how you are going to use. That's it. And nobody will tell you you need to do only commands, you need to use only GUI, or you need to use only CLI. It is your comfort, your flexibility, which is easy for you. That one you can choose. I will prefer.
Wonderful.
I am Linux lover. I like Linux operating system, so mostly I will do with the git bash commands.
Ashok sir, once I faced one magical problem.
Mhm.
All the files are got updated in my sub branch, means working feature branch. Whenever I taken pull, but a few of the files did not get updated with respect to the main branch. Whenever I am doing rebase,
Mhm.
So this has been occurred for a couple of times. How many times I am doing this cycle? It is new to me. I want some help in better understanding while removing these conflicts.
Sure, sir. In the Git branches concept, we are going to discuss that.
Yeah.
And branch merging topics will be there. In that, we will understand.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
are we going to continue this more session for the Spring Boot as well, or that will be only for project batch?
I did not get your question.
So this next session you are saying like, are we continuing for the Spring Boot batch as well, or only
Yes,
for
sir.
the
Tools. So next to tools, the complete GitHub will be there. Log4j will be available for the Spring Boot people also.
okay, the merge and then like
Yes, sir.
branching?
You will attend the classes from Monday. Next 1 week also, you will attend the 7 o'clock class.
Sure, thank you.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I made changes. I made the changes and I pushed the code to the central repository. Like this, I have done 5 times and got it. Totally, I got 6 pushes in my code. Okay. Then I got 6 IDs. So based on the ID, can I get that code?
Get the code means what you want to get.
So I have pushed 6 changes.
You have done six times. You have pushed your code to Git repository. Okay.
Yeah. Only the first one I need to. I need to ignore the 5 remaining commits.
You can do that, sir. Git revert operation you can do.
Oh, based on the ID you can get.
Yeah, we can do that. Based on the ID, you can remove the changes. You can keep the changes or you can remove the changes.
Okay.
Sir, one more thing. I seen an announcement on Angular that one of the class by Vijay sir is going to happen on.
That is for us only, sir.
For
from
that
Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, by default, admin people will add us in.
Yes, sir. You will be added to the portal by default. So from Monday by evening, you can see Angular codes in your portal.
Okay.
Admin team will add in the backend for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, the records will be in the recording portal,
yes,
right?
Sir. So if you are in the videos plan, then definitely will get the Angular videos also.
Yeah, because I cannot join the live
Sure,
classes.
sir. No problem. You will get everything by Monday evening, 8 p.m. class will start now. Before the class starts, you will get the access in the website.
Okay,
videos
sir.
access plus portal access, everything you will get.
Thank you, sir.
Ashok sir, for this course page, did we have any Android app?
App is not there for us, sir. Website is there.
Okay.
Sir, I have some clarification. So here, suppose I am using a Bitbucket instead of GitHub.
Sure, sir. I will show you one class with the Bitbucket also. When you go for Bitbucket, 100% same commands we are going to use, because both GitHub and Bitbucket will use Git as a client software. The commands will be same in the GitHub and Bitbucket.
Your voices.
Okay.
Mostly user interface also same.
User interface little what difference. Bitbucket will have rich user interface when compared with GitHub.
Yeah.
So is it possible to see the changes when we pull the code from central repo?
It will display.
Yes, you can see.
In my local.
Hello, Ashok sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have seen how to see the changes. I mean, how we have learned like how to unstage the changes which are staged. So, are we going to learn how to uncommit the changes that we are
Yes,
committed?
sir. Git revert. That is what I'm talking about. In the next session, I will show you how to do the reverts.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Sir, I have one question. Like, in the clone, by cloning, we have 3 options like HTTP and SSH and the CLI. So I think which one is recommended, sir?
Sir, clone with HTTP we are going to do, sir. When you are working with the Linux machines, then SSH clone we are going to do. When we are doing in the Windows, normal Git CLI, Git clone we are going to do.
Okay.
Okay. GitHub CLI means directly they are going to give this command you need to execute. So HTTP means you copy the URL git clone. SSH means you don't have SSH keys in the account. We need to configure the public key. When you are basically working with the secured repositories, then SSH keys will be enabled. In the Linux machines, we are going to do that.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes we need to configure some private key, public key, like that one.
No, that is EC2 machine keys, sir. Those are different. These are different.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
once one working tree is configured with a central repository, how to change the central repository to another central repository?
You need to do the repository switch, sir. Instead of that, it's better to clone the again.
Okay.
If you switch to the another repository, a lot of problems you are going to face. It's better to clone the central repository once again.
Sir, from Monday onwards, there will be 2 classes.
What are the 2 classes? Yes, sir. Monday morning 7 a.m. Java project will be there, and evening 8 p.m. Angular will be there.
Okay. Till how many days it will continue?
Angular will be there for almost 45 days, sir. That 45 days will be there. Full course of Angular we are giving for free of cost.
Is there any change in the time? Actually,
No.
we are connecting from USA. So that
no
will
change
be
in the time, sir. Faculty availability is at 8 p.m. only.
8 p.m. IST.
And don't miss the Angular classes, guys. If you don't understand the Angular, you can't develop the major project. E-commerce project that I have shown you. Front end is Angular, back end is Spring Boot. So you should have strong knowledge in the front end. Then only you can develop that major project on your own. Don't miss the Angular classes. It's very important to become a full stack developer. For JRTP people, we are giving Angular free of cost from Monday, 8 p.m. batch. And remember, anybody who is attending Angular separately, they are paying 8,000 for only Angular. But for you, we are giving that complete course for free of cost. So don't misuse this opportunity. Utilize this opportunity and become a full stack developer.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
What about HTML and CSS, sir?
Those things you need to learn, madam. You are full stack student now. Already you might have attended web development classes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in that Angular class, they don't teach HTML and CSS. Directly they will start with Angular TypeScript. They will teach you. TypeScript is the prerequisite for the Angular. Then after TypeScript, Angular will be started.
Okay. Then what about that HTML, CSS? I need to learn, or how
you
it
need
will
to
be,
learn,
sir?
madam. Web development classes are there separately for them.
Okay.
Sir, what is the tentative date of completion of this course?
No, I can't tell you that, sir, because it's a project, right? Currently, we are learning the tools. So once the project starts, how you guys are practicing depends on that course will be completed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Ashok sir. I have one doubt.
Yes.
For the Angular course, is there any backup videos?
If you are in the JRTP backup videos plan, you will get those backup videos.
Okay. Okay.
So don't miss this opportunity, guys. After this batch is completed, if you want to learn the Angular, you have to pay 8,000 rupees. So this is free for JRTP. So grab this opportunity and become a full stack developer. And for our major project, Angular is very important. Good. Thank you. With this, I'm stopping for now.
One question.
Yeah.
Will be any workshop this week?
This weekend, no workshops, sir. So next Sunday, I will plan the workshops, sir. Actually, I'm working on my new website development, sir. I need to deploy that new website for Ashok IT. So I am busy with that website testing, and also I was not able to concentrate on the workshops now. Next weekend, we will plan.
That one last request. Is it possible in any weekend that one workshop on thread executor?
Thread executor, that is in our major project, we are going to do that scenario, sir.
Okay.
Multi-threading with executor services we will implement.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
In one serious note, I just want to say, take a rest, give a rest a little bit for your thoughts as well, sir.
Yeah,
Please.
sir. I need to do that also continuously.
Yeah, do that, sir. Yeah. No more workshops on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Suman. You are thinking about me.
I know. We need you, sir. That's why. I'm being selfish a little bit, but yeah, we need you. That's why I'm telling you.
Actually, yesterday suddenly I saw one reel where a few months ago where you mentioned in morning I go every day for gym for maintain your health, all those things.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Happy weekend. We'll meet on Monday.
Sir,
one quick question, sir. Sir, that origin name, do we need to change every time, sir? Because unless I change, I'm not able to commit earlier, sir.
Mr. GP, you can't commit to my repository, right? You don't have a permission to commit to my repository.
Right, sir. But origin, I need to understand about origin, sir.
Yes, sir. In the branches, once we go for the branches, you will understand about origin.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. That
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah. One other question I have is that Git GUI when you are doing commit, it is not saying like successful commit or anything like that, sir. How do we know whether commit is successful or not, sir?
If it is failed, it will give the error. If it is success, no problem. Generally, commits will not fail, sir. Push may fail.
Okay.
Commit is only local repository, no, it won't fail.
Got it. Got it.
If
So
the push
MD
is failed, it will give the error. Yes.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, upload the note in Spring Boot.
Yes, sir. Notes I will upload, and I will tell to the team to upload the videos of yesterday and today. Okay. Happy weekend. We'll meet again on Monday. So please practice these things before coming to Monday session.